Di era kompetisi global, ELP atau English Language Programs hadir sebagai mitra terpercaya untuk pengembangan kompetensi bahasa Inggris Anda. Kami menyediakan program komprehensif untuk seluruh jenjang usia, mulai dari kids, teens, hingga adults, serta persiapan intensif bagi ujian internasional seperti TOEFL, IELTS, dan TOEIC. Rasakan pengalaman belajar autentik langsung bersama native speakers. Saat ini, ELP siap melayani Anda di cabang Bandung, Tasikmalaya, dan Sumedang. Segera bergabung dan tingkatkan daya saing Anda di kancah internasional. ELP, your path to global success. Di era kompetisi global, ELP atau English Language Programs hadir sebagai mitra terpercaya untuk pengembangan kompetensi bahasa Inggris Anda. Kami menyediakan program komprehensif untuk seluruh jenjang usia, mulai dari kids, teens, hingga adults, serta persiapan intensif bagi ujian internasional seperti TOEFL, IELTS, dan TOEIC. Rasakan pengalaman belajar autentik langsung bersama native speakers. Saat ini, ELP siap melayani Anda di cabang Bandung, Tasikmalaya, dan Sumedang. Segera bergabung dan tingkatkan daya saing Anda di kancah internasional. ELP, your path to global success.
What? Yes, the second one. What was it?
Enggak, Bu Novi.
Ya, kedengaran Bapak? Mohon izin.
Clear enough?
Terdengar jelas?
Jelas.
Oke, siap.
Ini
Oke, siap.
peserta mungkin biar seragam bisa.
Oh iya,
Khususnya
Bapak
peserta
Ibu mohon izin untuk bisa dibuka kameranya on cam dan juga menggunakan virtual background sebelum kita memulai acara hari ini. Mohon izin.
Dan biar rapih bisa nama lengkap underscore nama sekolah.
Iya. Silakan Bapak Ibu untuk di rename terlebih dahulu.
Udah nih.
Iya. Mohon izin Bapak Ibu untuk bisa di rename kembali namanya biar terlihat rapi dengan menyisipkan nama underscore nama sekolahnya masing-masing. Oke. Masih ada yang belum on cam ya, Bapak Ibu mohon izin.
Ya, kalau itu sudah, itu jangan ditutup dulu ya. Saya akan share tentang
Bisa dimulai sekarang, Bapak Ibu. Mohon izin. Pak Lutfi, mohon izin.
Silakan, Ibu.
Apa masih menunggu?
Neng, nambut dulu, Neng, sebentar, Neng. Neng, nambut dulu sebentar. Neng. Halo, halo.
Barangkali 2 menit lagi, Bu, sebentar.
Menuju Zoom, heula ke heula tak acan.
Siapa?
Menuju Zoom heula bila. Oke, sebentar. Oh, sudah dan itu ke sana. Ya, sebentar. Mau foto dulu sebentar aja.
Silakan, Bu.
Ada suaranya nih.
Silakan, Bu David.
Oke, Pak Lutfi gimana?
Let's get started. Silakan dimulai, Bu David.
Siap. Suara saya terdengar, Bapak?
Ada, Bu.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please open your camera. Let's begin our program today. And before we start the webinar today, allow me to give you a pantun in bahasa. You can answer by saying cakep. Pergi ke taman memetik melati, melati putih harum baunya. Guru hebat terus berbagi, meningkatkan ilmu demi masa depan bangsa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and welcome to everyone. And first of all, allow me to extend my respectful greetings to the Honorable Head of Education Branch Office, Region 12 of West Java Province, Mr. Zairi Andrianto, SPD, MPD, and the Honorable the Head of Academic Affairs of ELP, Mr. DRS Asda Junaidi, MPD, and the distinguished speakers from ELP team, and the Honorable the Head of English Teachers Association of Tasikmalaya Regency, Mrs. Siti Fatimah, MPD, and all respected English teachers who are joining this webinar as participants. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Novi Indrawati Murda, and I will be your Master of Ceremony for today's webinar. It is truly an honor and a pleasure for me to guide you through today's program. First of all, let us praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His blessing and mercy so that we can gather together in this meaningful webinar in good health and great enthusiasm. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to warmly welcome to all participants to the webinar held in collaboration with ELP, entitled Empowering Indonesian Senior High School English Teachers Mastering the 4 Language Skills with Confidence. We sincerely hope that this webinar will provide valuable insight and practical strategies for English teachers in strengthening the 4 essential language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, so that we can teach with greater confidence and effectiveness. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin our program, let us first show our respect and love for our nation by singing our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. We kindly invite all participants, kindly remain sit upright and sing together. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Next, to seek blessing for the success of our event today, let's begin our program by saying Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Distinguished participants, we will now proceed to the welcoming remarks. The first welcoming speech will be delivered by the first welcoming speech will be delivered by the head of English Teacher Association of Tasikmalaya Regency. Please welcome Mrs. Siti Fatima MPD. The time is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Nabi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Good morning,
wabarakatuh.
everyone, and welcome to this webinar. I'm happy to see all of you here in the Zoom room. As head of MGMP, I'm really excited to start this session. First of all, a big thank will be delivered to Mr. Zaid Andrianto, SPM MPD, as the head of Region 12 Education Office. Dr. Andes Asda Zunaidi MPD, as the head of Academic Affairs of ELP, Mr. Clayton and Mr. Andres Munggara as the keynote speakers for supporting our programs and for being here with us today. I also thank you very much to the hardworking team of MGMP and ELP committee. The last a bunch thank for fellow teachers for spending time to learn together in this webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, we organized this webinar with a simple goal, that is to help us to stay updated with the teaching method and to make our English classes more fun for our students. After this session, I hope we don't just leave with a certificate, but with something real we can use in our classroom tomorrow. We can inspire each other and feel confident in our teaching. I hope today's session is fun and useful. So don't be shy to ask questions and share your ideas. We are all here to learn together. So let's relax, enjoy the session, and have a great time. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank you very
wabarakatuh.
much for the inspiring and encouraging remarks, Mrs. Siti Fatima. And ladies and gentlemen, to officially begin this event, it is a great pleasure for me to invite the head of academic affairs of ELP. Please welcome Mr. DRS Asda Junaidi MPD to give the welcoming speech. The time is yours.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Good
wabarakatuh.
morning, everyone, distinguished teachers
morning.
and colleagues. Yeah, I see
Good morning.
here Mr. Langham, Mr. Keith Langham, Mr. Andre, and also Mr. Erwin. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for having time to join this webinar. And as you may already know that the focus will be on the 4 language skills, which are divided into 2 productive and receptive skills. I know that teachers and also students face a lot of challenges in terms of using English as a foreign language here in our country. The challenges might be our limited vocabulary, our lack of exposure to English, and also, in my experience, a lot of students have problem with self-confidence in expressing themselves in English when it comes to using English. So I always suggest that whenever we have ELP whenever we have collaboration with schools here in Bandung, we always encourage teachers to use English in a daily basis, because it's a matter of accustoming ourselves. Okay, so I'm so happy to see the number of the teachers here present. I think more than 20 or maybe around about 30, yeah? Okay, so a little bit about ELP. ELP was set up a couple of years ago, exactly, I think, 2017. So currently, we are hiring native speakers we have like 2 from the UK, and we have also around 3 native speakers from America, in addition to using or hiring Indonesian English teachers here. And I hope that this webinar will help you improve your English, because there is always room for improvement, and please never get complacent, because teachers are permanent learners. We have to learn forever. So we can learn from our colleagues, we can learn from our students, we can also learn by joining maybe seminars or webinars or workshop, Okay, so I hope that this webinar will run smoothly, and don't hesitate to ask questions to the speakers, Mr. Andre, Mr. Kit Langham, and you will be hearing them use English all the time, I suppose. And I know that Mr. Kit Langham, I have never heard him speak Bahasa Indonesia, and you will also hear his accent, with his British, yeah. Okay, maybe, well, it may be referred as a Queen English or BBC English. Okay. All right. Okay. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Good luck and have fun. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting for the head of KCD to arrive, we will proceed to the presentation, and therefore I would like to respectfully hand over the session to the ELP team to lead the webinar. But before it, let's take a picture, please. For Mrs. Rizky, can you help me to capture the picture? So everyone, you can open the camera to take the picture first before we continue to our webinar today. Okay, Mrs. Rizky, are you there?
Miss, I'll take over take a picture.
Okay, okay, Miss Umi, can you capture the picture, please?
Okay, please, everyone open your camera. Okay. Get the first slide first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. And then the next slide. Okay, be ready. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, it's enough.
Okay, thank you, Miss Umi, for your helping. Therefore, I would like to respectfully hand over the session to the ELP team to lead the webinar. I would like to invite our moderator to take the floor and lead today's webinar. Please welcome Ms. Rima to guide this session. The time is yours.
Thank you so much, Ms. Novi, for handling over this session. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, all dear participants. Welcome to today's webinar, Empowering Indonesia Senior High School English Teachers. My name is Rima. I'm a representative from ELP course, and I am honored to be your moderator for this session. We all know that teaching the four core language skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, is more than just a curriculum requirement. It's about giving our students a voice in a globalized world. Today, we aren't just here to discuss theory. We are here to build mastery and confidence. We have an incredible lineup of the insights today, designed to help you return to your classrooms feeling equipped and inspired. And we have divided this session into 3 parts. The first part would be the material given by Mr. Andri for the first keynotes. And the second one would be a question and answer. And of course, the final one would be conclusions. Now to start off our journey, let me introduce our first keynote, Mr. Andri Munggaran. He's a strategic technical linguist specializing in industrial engineering, metrology, and HSE. And he's been in this field for 25 years career in linguistic training and consulting. Mr. Andri, are you ready?
Yeah, thank you, Bu Rima.
Okay, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the wonderful introduction and also the opening speech. And my name is Andri, and we are going to, I'm going to talk or to focus on the reading and writing. Is everyone ready? Okay, hold on. I'm going to share my screen as well. Okay. Is it on the screen, everyone? Lutfi, and you please can help me with this screen, yeah? Okay. As you can see, the title here we have empowering educators for reading and writing success. Okay, and of course we are going to start with the reading, and then later on we will continue with the writing. For the first slide, you can have a look at the screen. We have the vision and then the focus, reading and writing, and the next one or the last one here is our objective. Okay, you can read yourself. But then this is also what I heard from the team, that we have problems or we have situations that our students, what is it? The result of the test, of the national test, or we also call this the TKA, okay? And it was not satisfying, so that's why this is the background of our meeting or our webinar today. Yeah. So then we will start with the reading. Okay. So reading is not about decoding words, right? So what we have here, I will use this term or this phrase that reading is as the architecture of meaning, okay? And we have 3 points here about the concept and then the reality and also our goals or the teacher's goals, okay? As we talked before, Reading is an active construction of meaning, right? It is not passive reception of words. But then in the reality, we have, I mean, especially the students, we have a lot of problems or a lot of trouble to understand the meaning. When you are asking the students to read, maybe they can pronounce the words, they can read fluently, but then when you ask them to answer the question, like the meaning of a phrase, for example, or what is meant by some expressions, sometimes they like freeze or they don't know what to say, and that's the situation. Okay, so they can pronounce, but then when they need to summarize, they can't do it. And that's the situation, or that's the problem that we are facing in our classroom. And that's what I also experience in my classrooms. Okay, so then based on this, our goals or our objectives, yeah, we need to shift this focus, okay, from fluency or the speed to comprehension or understanding, and also interpretation or analysis. All right, and let's move on to the next slide or next. Okay, so we need to check our objectives again. Yeah, we have this toolkit. We have the essential reading sub-skills, right? And we need to train our students with this, let's say, important skills that we need to train ourselves and also of course the students. Yeah, and they have to be able to these 5 points. The first one, let's talk about the first one. It's the main idea. They need, or we need to identify the main idea. What is the big picture, yeah, of the passage, of the text? Or in other words, we have to see the topic. We have to understand what the topic is, what the text is all about. Okay. And then the next point, we also have to be able to see the details, the supporting points. All right. And you can answer these questions like, how does the author prove the point? That means the explanation of the main point or the topic at the beginning, and then the text will continue with this support, with the details next. Okay, and then the next point, we also need to understand the organization of the text. Okay, is it cause or effect? Is it comparison? Or we have a lot of types of text, of passages, and also we have these situations or these problems. We have to be able to solve the unknown words. Sometimes we forget, we don't have or like we are not sure with the words. When you're reading a text, we don't understand, or we don't, sometimes we don't know all the words. Like we have maybe like 90%, 80%, but then there are some words, some expressions that we are not sure, we don't know, or we forget. So then we also need to be able to find the meaning, to get the meaning of these words from the context, okay, without the dictionary, especially when you are in the test. It is impossible to have the dictionary. So that means what you have to do is here to get the meaning from the context, okay? And we, as the teachers, we also have to be able to sharpen these skills, yeah, to the students, right? And the last point here, we have to be able to analyze the author's purpose, like why this passage is written. Why was it written? Is it to persuade, for example, or to inform, or to entertain, to compare, or to explain, or what? So we also need to understand this. And today, yes, what we are going to do here to see like how we can teach the students, we can enable them to have these skills. Okay. Then we've come to this, what do you call it? Like, let's say the 4 pillars, okay? The strategic reading, yeah? And I believe as teachers, you are familiar with these terms like scheming, scanning, and then intensive reading, extensive reading. And remember, when especially when we are in the test, and then we have the passages, it is not the time for us to read. It is not our reading time. What we have to do here is to answer the questions, right? And of course, every test has the time limit, right? So then we have to organize the time. We have to apply the skills when we are in this reading test. All right. So the first one, what is skimming? And you can see that the action column and then the purpose. Yeah, you can read yourself. And I believe you're also familiar with this one. Okay. And yeah, this strategy, and then we also have the purpose. Yeah, skimming, scanning, intensive reading, and also extensive reading. Okay, and please have a look at the micro analysis and also micro enjoyment. So which one we need when we are in the test? We have to complete the questions. We have to answer all these questions on time, or using the time limit there. Okay, now let's have a look at the problem. We have to help the students, support the students to choose the right tool when they have the questions, or when they have the types of questions. Yeah, and what we have, or as the problem here, students often try to read everything intensively because they want to understand all of the points of the passage, but then this also leads to fatigue and also boredom, especially when they do this again and again. And in our classrooms, when we have the reading lessons, they do this a lot. So then they have to experience, oh, I don't want to do this again, or that's the situation that we are facing. So then what's the solution? What do we have to do? Okay, let's have a look at the solution part. Yeah, we must explicitly state the reading goal before the activity starts, right? So we have to be able to classify the objectives, the targets. What exactly do you want to do, right? With this exercise, for example. We have 3 points of examples there. Like for this first minute, let's say I want you to skim for the main topic. And then the next one, I would like you to scan this. And please, the time is limited. So you give the time limit like 2 minutes, even 1 minute. And you can do this in pairs, you can do this in groups, or you can do it individually, right? So look at the goals, look at the objectives at the beginning. So that means you need to plan your lesson before you start the lesson, before you have this lesson. Then plan the lesson and then use this while you are in the classroom. All right. Next, let's have a look at the practice. Yeah. And I'd like you to join or to participate here. Yeah. Let's have a look, everyone. We are going to put the strategy switch into action, all right? The first one with the scheming, and then this, we have the scenario, then we go to the scheming, and then scanning and intensive analysis, right? Please have a look at this, have a look at the screen. This is the scenario, and I'm going to give you the passage after this, right? So let's say you have 300-word article about the impact of social media on teenagers, right? Yeah, we don't have much time, so that's why we have come to this practice, yeah, and we will do this together, right? And the first task for you, the skimming, okay? And you have 30 seconds to 1 minute, let's say. Yeah, the first task, read the title. Pay attention to this one, everyone. Read the title, and then the first sentence of each paragraph and the concluding sentence, right? Read the title. Okay. Yeah, this is the first task. Read the title, the first sentence of each paragraph, and the concluding sentence, and you will get the gist by scheming. And this is how you do the scheming, right? And the goal here is the author's tone generally positive, negative, or neutral? Let's find out that one. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay. Maximum 1 minute, everyone. Let's do this together. This is the sample, so you can also apply this to your classrooms with your students. Okay. Again, I want you to skim the text, yeah? And tell me the main topic. All right? Anyone? So, what is the main topic? Anybody would like to participate, please?
Iya, Pak. Paling menjelang jam 11. Atau setengah 11 boleh. Bisa, Pak.
Okay, go back to the first question. Is it positive? Look at the tone, the author's tone. Is it positive, negative, or neutral? This text, this passage. We have the title here, Digital Double-Edged Sword. And there are 4 paragraphs. Back to the question, is the author's tone generally positive, negative, or neutral? Can anyone respond, please?
Oh, yang jelas.
The participants can participate by unmuting the speaker or the mic, please.
Okay, let me try to.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I can't turn on my camera. I think it is.
That's all right.
Is it a natural? Yeah, I think it's natural.
Neutral. Okay. Yes, it is neutral. It is neutral or balanced, right? So why it's neutral or balanced here in the text, here in the passage, we have this 2 points: empowerment and also distraction. So that means talking about the positive sides and talking about the negative side. So it is neutral. It is balanced. Okay. So that's the first one. Yeah. That's the what is it? The skimming. So we can see it, we can feel it, and we can also sense the author's tone. And then we'll continue to the second point. It's the scanning. Okay, this one. Please have a look. Focus on this point. The task is now, and you can participate as well. Yeah. Locate specific percentage and the name of university mentioned in the text. Okay, 2 points: specific percentage and the name of university mentioned in the text. Please go to this passage again. Okay.
Let me try, sir.
Please, yes,
Yeah,
please.
it's about 82%, and
Good. Yeah.
Stanford University. Yeah, is that right?
Okay, the second one, yes, that's the university, Stanford University. So where did you get this 2 points? Which paragraph?
Statistics of connection, paragraph 2.
Yes, paragraph 2. Both
82.
paragraph 2 in paragraph 2?
The percentage approximately 82%. Is it right? Yeah,
Yes.
paragraph 2.
Yes,
Both of
that's
them.
right. So that means look at the keywords here, the percentage and then university, the name of the university. So those keywords. So then we don't need to read everything, yeah, based on this task. So we can just go spot that point, and we can see it that in paragraph 2, in the first sentence. Yeah, the first part of the paragraph. Okay, so that's a sample of scanning. So then, if you are clear from the beginning, and tell the students about this, that they will not have the what is it, like the stress or boredom, or because it's clear. So this is what I want. You do this, and this is the task. So then you can just get to the point, and reading is not that what is it? It is complex, but then when you do this for the exercise, for the practice, you can also have this, let's say, stress-free, or it is easier for them to cope with the reading. Yeah. And now let's have a look. Thank you for the answer. And now we go to the last point from this exercise or practice. Have a look: intensive analysis. And we will have this a bit longer, let's say more than 1, maximum 2 minutes. Task: read the second paragraph closely. Again, let's go back to second paragraph. Yeah. So read this and then identify one opinion. So it is more intensive. It is intensive now. So that means you need more time, yeah, longer time. And then have a look at the task, read the second paragraph. That's the task. And our goal now: identify one opinion word that the author uses to influence the reader. Okay, just one opinion word. All right, go to the passage again, please. Oh, sorry. It is not. It is not the second paragraph, because I changed the position of the paragraph. It is the third paragraph. Okay. Sorry. It is not. It is not the second paragraph, but the third paragraph. Now go to paragraph 3, the hidden cognitive cost here. So focus on this one. paragraph 3. Go back to the question or the task. Read the third paragraph. Identify one opinion word that the author uses to influence the reader. Paragraph 3, not paragraph 2. Okay? Please. Anyone? Did you get that word, the opinion word in paragraph 3? Yeah. Okay.
Let me try again, sir, because no
Please.
one.
Yes. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, this constant task switching doesn't just lower productivity, it reduces the capacity for critical thinking.
So what is the opinion word here? Remember
Okay. The
yeah.
word word
What is the so it's
opinion.
one word in the third paragraph. One
Oh,
word, opinion
only
word.
one word.
Yes.
Disrupt, is it right?
Come again?
Disrupt.
Disrupt. Which one is disrupt here? Constant notification disrupt. This word disrupt. And remember, yeah, one opinion word. Okay, this one is the verb, and then what we are looking for is an adjective.
Oh, I see.
Okay, but then you're right, you're correct. This one is related to that word disrupt. Okay, but then there's one word before that sentence. See, the second sentence consists of this word disrupt, but then look at the first sentence. Look at the first sentence.
Excessive.
Not the one. The most.
Oh, yeah, most.
Yes, the most disturbing aspect. That's a phrase, but the exact word is disturbing, disrupting, right? Disturbing. Okay, so that word is the opinion word in this paragraph. And is that negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Yeah, but then the next question is, now why the writer using this word disturbing? Why didn't the writer use the word, let's say, interesting, or another word, right? Like notable, let's say. Why the writer here is using the word disturbing? Look at that disturbing word, the word disturbing. Okay, it is not. I mean, it can be. I mean, the writer can also use the word interesting. For example, the most interesting aspect, for example, of excessive screen time is blah blah blah. But then he's not using that word interesting, but disturbing, or not using the word notable, but it is disturbing. Anyone?
Maybe because.
Yes, please.
Maybe because there would be a kind of what is it? Impact, maybe. Impact or.
Okay, that's right. Okay, that's good. Please keep going.
Consequences.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's all about. That's all about my answer. It's all about the impact or maybe consequences.
Okay. Okay. So this word disturbing, it's a strong word, right?
Strong word.
It is a strong word, okay, but then even though we can use the word interesting, notable, but then interesting is like too neutral. But then there is a message here, like you said. Yeah, there's a message that the writer would like to what is it? Convey this meaning, right? Using this word, the author is no longer just presenting the data, but then they're signaling to the reader that this is the problem that needs solving, right? So that word disturbing is a strong word, a loaded word, but interesting is neutral, and then notable is what is that? Objective, like too objective. So that's why it is there is a strong message here. It is negative. So then we have to, solve the situation. Okay. So
So
that, yes,
it
those
be brought out toward the solution, maybe.
exactly. Yes. All right. Okay. That's good. Thank you. And um okay, so we have this three exercises: scheming, scanning, intensive analysis. And plus the follow-up questions. And this is also important for the students to think further. Okay. So then you can ask the students why this, why the writer's using that word, or also other questions. So then this can also practice their or the students' critical thinking. Okay, so I think that what we can have for the reading. Okay, but we still have a lot of skills. We still have a lot of points to talk about, but I don't think we have time to have the practice with the other points. And also, we haven't tried to see or to have these exercise with the getting meanings from context, for example, and then another one. We also need to talk about the paraphrases. Remember, back to the first point, it is not only decoding words, but we have to understand, we have to interpret. So that means we need to understand the meaning or of the words, the phrases, the expressions, and get the inferential as well. And many things that we need to practice. But then I think our time is limited for today. So maybe we can have, or we can discuss this in our next, let's say, meeting. Yeah. But now I'm also questioning this, Pa Lutfi or Bu Rima. Do I still have time for the writing?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
But we have a
Okay.
very limited time, Mr. Andre.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So then let's go to the writing. That's the sample of some points that we need to uh, discuss or to learn more about the reading and delivering our lessons in the reading. But then now let's go to the writing. Okay. And at this section, or writing skills, okay, it is not only about grammar. Okay, when you're writing, you need ideas, right? So then this is also what you need to explain to the students, that we have to start with this idea, and then organization, and then going to the drafts, and it is not one step action, right? So we need to write and then rewrite, right? So from the idea, let's say, you can say idea generation, and then we need to organize our ideas, and then go to drafting and revision, right? So then we need to have other skills, some sub skills like cohesion, coherence, and accuracy and register. Okay, you can have a look at the right side. Yeah, what is cohesion, and then the other one coherence, and also accuracy and register. Okay, and all of this, yeah, what we need in our writing at the beginning, of course, we need the ideas, and then how you organize the ideas, and then check or use what types of vocabulary or which vocabulary that we can use, and then check the grammar. Yes, that's also included, right? So this is the writing, the architecture of ideas. Yeah, it is a process, cognitive process. So we need to understand these points. Okay, then let's go to the structure. We have this structure. Let's say when you use the words, and then the words can go to a phrase, and then a clause, and then sentence. Yeah, sentences. Then from the sentences, you combine all the sentences into one paragraph. Let's say to have a paragraph, you can have this structure. Like we call this, or some books call this paragraph hamburger, right? So look at this 3 points, structural mastery, goal, and the visual. Yeah, the goal here, this point, the clear, predictable structure for every piece of writing. It should be clear what you're writing. And the structure should be clear as well, so it is not confusing. Yeah. And just imagine you can have your own imagination with this hamburger. Okay, you have the top bun, and then you have the bottom bun, right? And then you have things inside or in the middle, in between. Yeah, you have the meat, the veggies, and then the sauce. Yeah, so then that's the analogy. Okay, the top bun is the top, the topic sentence, and then the meat or the veggies, like you can have the evidence, you can have the facts or statistics for these supporting sentences. And then the sauce, these can be the details, the specific information with the sample explanations. Okay, so then it can deepen the argument. Remember, a good argument, a good opinion, always supported by examples, supported by evidence, right? And then the bottom bun, you will have the summary, or you can have the link to the next the idea, and you can continue with the next paragraph afterwards, right? So this looks like a hamburger, right? So this paragraph, the top bun, and then the meat, the veggies, the sauce, and the last part is the bottom bun. So this is our paragraph. Yeah, the topic sentence, and then supporting sentences, developing sentences, or the samples, or the experience, or the facts can be there as well. And the last point, you have the bottom bun, or that is the summary, and you can summarize. You can also link to the next idea. Okay, so that's the analogy, and then we can go to the exercise again, to the practice. Yeah, let's say I can provide you with this top bun, or the topic sentence. Yeah, and this can be about controversial topic like AI in the classroom, and then after this, that you have to go to the meat and the sauce. You have to go to the veggies and the sauce. That means give examples, give reasons, or support your topic sentence. And then after that, you can refine the whole things, and you can add linkers. You can use some words of linkers, like consequently, for instance, or on the other hand. And then I will give you the sample. Okay, before we go to the sample, then after you are done with this topic sentence and then supporting sentences, developing sentences, and plus the summary, then you can check. You can check yourself. Look at this self-editing checklist. Okay, check the coherence, check the cohesion, and then the grammar as well, and also the vocabulary. Yeah, you can check this yourself, or you can hand in your writing to your teachers, for example, or to your colleagues, your friends who can write better, or you can learn from everyone, your peers. Yeah, this is the checklist. Remember, writing is rewriting. So you write and then you can rewrite to make it better, to make it not perfect, but more or better. Okay. Now, this is the sample. Okay. Like I said before, I can give you the top bun or the topic sentence. So let's have a look at this part. The integration of artificial intelligence into high school classrooms presents a significant shift in how students engage with academic research. That's the topic sentence. Okay, remember, the topic is AI in the classroom. Once again, we can come with this. The integration of artificial intelligence into high school classrooms presents a significant shift in how students engage with academic research, right? Then go to this, look at the sample here, this part, the meat or the sauce. Okay. The meat, the supporting sentence, and then the sauce, the example or the explanation. Okay. Then now we have with this sentences, then we have 1, 2, 3, 3 sentences. So then we can have this all together in one paragraph. That means we have this one. This is the refined paragraph. From this topic sentence and then supporting sentence, example or explanation, you combine all these 3 sentences into one paragraph, but then you have this linkers as well. And the linkers, of course, must be correct, of course, yeah. And this is the paragraph. So that's the sample. I think that's enough from me. Thank you, everyone. I hope that's useful. I hope you learned something from this explanation, a bit of explanation of reading and writing. Okay, Miss or Burima, I think that's all from me. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. I hope that's useful. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, that was an awesome explanation, Mr. Andri. Thank you so much for the insightful session. The strategies for mastering the 2 were very practical and inspiring. And I hope all participants can gain more knowledge about it. Thank you so much. And now we go down to the second keynote speakers. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Mr. Keith Langham. Mr. Keith Langham is one of the ELP's native speakers, currently teaching in Bandung. And a session about listening and speaking.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. And now I would like to talk about speaking and listening.
Hi, Mr.
Keith.
Hello, Mr. Keith.
Yes.
Yes, please, the floor.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
You are good. So today I would like to talk about listening and speaking, and I will try to share the screen here. Just a minute, share the screen. Here we are. And let me start with identifying common challenges faced by Indonesian students. Indonesian students should focus on pronunciation practice, listening, and especially by mimicking native speakers to enhance their fluency. Additionally, regular speaking and writing practice, along with learning vocabulary in context, can significantly improve their communication skills. So we want to design classroom activities that boost students' confidence. So incorporate fun speaking games, like, for example, the famous 20 questions, to encourage students to express themselves without fear of making what some people like to call mistakes. I come to the term mistake in a minute. Role-playing different scenarios provides a supportive environment for students to practice their English skills, boosting their confidence in general communication. So we have here, as we just said, the 4 language skills. The receptive skill is the listening. The productive is the speaking, with each lesson having a core focus on either listening or writing. So many teachers face following challenges, such as students face several challenges, including a limited vocabulary, lack of confidence in speaking, or an overemphasis on grammar, limited exposure to authentic English, and of course, large class sizes. To address these challenges, we need practical strategies, and they would be pre-listening activities, post-listening discussions, predicting the content. In other words, try to find out what this is all about, listening for key information, and to summarize. Students listen to a short dialogue. The shorter, the better. They answer questions about key details, or in other words, the main issues. Students compare their answers either in pairs or in small groups, and the teacher reviews answers with the class, where possible, one by one. Now, this improves comprehension and builds listening confidence. Students require a safe and supportive environment to be able to express themselves freely. Pair work, group discussions, role plays are the key factors here. Teachers should prioritize communication over flawless grammar. In other words, the main objective is to be understood. We can make ourselves understood through words, through gestures, body language, facial expressions, etc. The most important thing is we understand one another. Once we do, we can go on and talk about the grammar. The speaking activity is where students think about a question, they discuss their ideas with their partner, and pairs or small groups share their ideas with the class. This encourages participation and it reduces anxiety. Now, creating supportive classrooms should be praising effort over accuracy, to encourage participation and to allow mistakes as part of learning or contribute to better language development. Confidence is crucial in this process. And so therefore I say the words mistake and wrong should be avoided in the classroom and indeed at all costs, because students will always answer or do what they believe is right. A mistake typically occurs when a student provides a correct answer to a related topic, Wrong, on the other hand, occurs in rare cases when the answer is not relevant to any topic handled in the past. Therefore, we explain what is correct or what is right and refine accordingly. So, when it comes to vocabulary, I would like to mention that I personally like to use semiotics. Semiotics involves exploring signs and symbols to help them comprehend meanings in context. This approach can enhance their critical thinking and interpretation skills by analyzing how different signs convey various meanings across different subjects. Semiotics as a study of signs and symbols and how they create meaning in the context of education, it aids students in interpreting and communicating ideas. These include, of course, the signs, anything that conveys meaning, such as words, images, or gestures. Symbols are abstract representations that hold specific meanings within a culture. And interpretation, how individuals make sense of signs based on their experiences. So benefits of using semiotics in vocabulary instruction is by using diverse learning styles, incorporating multimodal texts, such as visuals or videos and audio, and they cater to different listening preferences. Critical thinking, students learn to analyze and interpret meanings from various perspectives. And cross-disciplinary connections, understanding how meaning making applies across subject fosters transferable skills. When it comes to understanding the semiotics, it is a study of signs and symbols and their ability to convey the meaning. Strategies for building speaking confidence are psychological safety. We want to establish a classroom environment where students feel secure, expressing themselves without fear of judgment, encourage open discussions and respect for diverse opinions. We want to demonstrate confident speaking through body language, eye contact, and vocal variety. Use interactive modeling to illustrate effective discussion. We also use equitable participation techniques, implement methods like write, pair, share, and randomized scoring to ensure all students have opportunities to speak. This approach alleviates pressure on individual students and promotes a collaborative or collective learning atmosphere. And to teach students to recognize how their language and gestures can influence perceptions, discuss how different contexts can alter the meaning of their words, enabling them to adapt their communication style. Which language skill do my students struggle with the most? This is a question with which the teachers have to ask themselves. And what new strategy can I apply in my class? The conclusion is to master the 4 language skills, we need consistent practice, effective teaching strategies, and supportive learning environments. We can help students develop confidence and competence in English, especially when we undertake the one-to-one approach. Group work, presentations, role plays are also very important. I like to conduct role plays at least once a month, in which we imagine various situations, for example, finding something untasty in our food at a restaurant. How would we react? And for each scenario, we would choose the vocabulary. We prepare the role play in advance. We go through the vocabulary, we go through the tenses, and then we undertake a role play in front of the classroom, or very often, meanwhile, as a video. Yes, and that would be more or less that's what I wanted to say about the listening, speaking and listening part. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Yes,
This
sir.
is, oh, yeah. So this
Can
one.
I ask a question, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Talking about this one, in fact, sir, in the classroom, me myself as a teacher, the difficulties that I found that the students is difficult on vocabularies. So I don't know what should I do. I think the level of the student, in my opinion, I don't need to teach about vocabularies, but if finally I have to introduce them some vocabularies. Is it? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, well, it depends on the topic we are discussing at that time, right? In the moment in question. And I offer them the vocabulary, but I try to restrict it to the topic in which we are dealing with at any one time. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
We will discuss it later. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I try to use listening to teach listening, in fact, because of the vocabularies itself, the students got difficulties, sir.
Yes, sometimes they do have difficulties, but I explain every word and I explain its meaning and especially its context. And that's why it's very important to tell the students that if they don't understand something, that they put their hands up right away, interrupt and say, stop.
Okay.
Because if they don't, we will continue speaking and afterwards we will answer their question. How can we answer their question? We can only do it by explaining the meaning of the word in question, but we can't explain the context in which we used it anymore. So if they don't understand something, the most important thing is they feel free to say, stop, sir, we didn't understand. Can you explain, please? Because it's all about, not only about the vocabulary, ABC, but also about the context in which we are using the words.
Okay, I see. So if we try to explain the word, is it okay if we use Indonesian, sir?
I'm not going to say it's not okay, but we should try to encourage them to think in English.
Oh, okay.
We can still go back to Bahasa if necessary, but in the first instance, I think our main objective should be to encourage them to think in English so they have the feeling for the language. You know? If they only sit there and listen and gain the feeling for the language, we've also achieved a lot. Because based on the feeling, they can build their vocabulary, but they need to be able to think in English as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Mm.
All right. Is there any more questions from the audience? But also kindly remind that we have a question and answer session later on after Mr. Keith closed this session. Mr. Keith, would you please give a closing statement?
Yes, okay. So the conclusion from that what I've just said is to master the 4 language skills through consistent practice, effective teaching strategies, and supportive learning environments. That means the students need to feel, if you like, at home in the classroom. They've got to enjoy being there. They've got to feel part, if you like, of a classroom family. Nobody should be left out, and that's why it's very important that we encourage a collective instruction. And so by empowering teachers, we can help students develop more confidence and competence in their English. And with that, I would like to conclude this, and I say thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Keith, for your brief presentation. And yes, thank you so much for your time. And let's go ahead to the second part of the session, which is question and answer. Maybe some of you have given the questions from Mr. Keith, and now it's time of questions from Mr. Andre. Would any participant give or ask the questions, please? Is there anyone? Or maybe another question for Mr. Keith? And maybe as you see it on the chat box, you are given an absence forms. Please fill the forms in a complete data, with complete data. Yes, yes, Miss Wiwin. Miss Wiwin here has raised her hand.
Okay. Thank you for the time.
Okay.
First thing first, I would like to say thank you very much for the insightful presentation. And then here, I am Wiwin, would like to ask the question, how can the teacher build their own confidence in teaching English, especially when they feel their skills of English needs improvement? Maybe that's the question. Thank you.
Okay, in what field or in what skills? Is it writing and reading or listening or speaking? Oh, all of them. Okay.
All of them.
All right. This time goes for both Mr. Keats and Mr. Andre. Who goes first? Maybe Mr. Andre?
Yeah.
Would you go
Okay.
first?
Thank you for the question. Thank you, Bu Rima. I'm trying to answer the question from Bu Wiwin. Yeah. So it is about confidence. It is about the the confidence of the teachers' confidence how to perform or to teach in English or to speak English or to use English in their classrooms or in daily activities. So that means what you need here is there is nothing instant, okay? So what you have to do is to have more exposure. So that means you have to use English actively, okay? Listen to English, read English, write passages, write anything in English, and then speak English with your friends, with your students, with anyone when you have time, when you have a chance to speak. So that's the only way. There's no other ways. Okay. So what you have to do is to use the English. And now we are lucky. We have the internet. Okay. When I was at school in the past, the exposure was not it was different, right? Now it's in your hands. You have your internet, you have the connection, so then you can listen to it's more than you have your own a library. Okay, so especially for this receptive skills, yeah, the listening, that's receptive skill, and then reading, that's also receptive skills. So that means you can do this yourself, okay? And we are English teachers, so that means at least we know the basic. We know more than what we need to improve our skills, right? That's for the receptive skills. And then for the productive skills, for the output, for this speaking and writing. Speaking first, for example, like the explanation from Mr. Keith Langham before. Yeah. What you have to do here is to have or to use this, okay? To use the English, and you have to do it actively. Speak English with anyone that you can speak with. Like now, for example, at home, you have your husband, you have your wife, you have your kids, and you can actively train or teach your kids. Then you also train yourself, right? And at work, you can speak English with your colleagues, with your friends, yeah, anyone basically. Okay, and you can also do this. You can also do this method like shadowing. Okay, let's say you don't have you're not confident yet talking with other people, then you can use again the internet, the podcast, the any presentation like in TED Talks or anywhere. Okay, and you can do this shadowing. Okay, you do it every day. Let's say spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or even an hour. But then remember, you have to go with the topics or something that you enjoy, that you like. Do not do anything that discuss something or listen to something that you don't like. Okay, go with your hobbies, your interests, so then you can have more knowledge about your hobbies, your no, your interests, and plus you've got the bonus. You improve your English. Okay, and also the writing. You can write more. Yeah, remember the skills: receptive, productive, input, output. You receive a lot more, so then you can produce more. You can produce better. You listen more. You speak better. You read more, right? The more you read, the better you write. I think that's what I can say to respond to that question from Bu Wiwin. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Andre, for the answer. Thank you for the response.
All right, now it's Mr. Keith's turn. What are your tips for teachers to boost their motivations in teaching their students confidently?
I think the most important factor is that we never use the word mistake or wrong to say you were wrong, that's not the right answer, and so on. If a student says something to us, if he answers a question, he's going to give us the answer what he thinks is right. And that can never be a mistake. We've got to encourage it. If something isn't right, in other words, when it is in fact wrong, we don't say, oh, you're wrong. We tell him that wasn't right. And based on that, we refine it and we explain to him what is right without him having the feeling that he said something wrong. Because if we use the word wrong too often, especially with the same student, he's going to get discouraged and his participation will lack, right? So as I say, we don't make mistakes and we don't say a student is wrong. If there are any weaker students in the classroom, then we give them absolute priority. So when I walk up to a student, I ask him a question. I'd ask the one who is not so confident. Yeah, so we want to bring out the less confident students up front. For example, the ones who like to sit at the back, we let them get to sit in the center of the classroom, or we walk up to them and we ask them the questions. And it works. And I'm happy to say that in my 3 classes, with the exception of 2 students, I don't have any who would I be able to say lack confidence. Quite the opposite, actually. Yeah. Also, using English at every available opportunity after school, watch your YouTube videos in English, practice English at home with your friends and family. There's so many ways, and as I say, it can work, but we never want to discourage them with you made a mistake or something's wrong. You know? That would be my answer to that question, I think.
Thank you, Mr. Keith.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Keith. And one more chance for participant to ask. We have Miss Siti Fatima here, raised her hands. Hello, Mrs. Siti. Hi, Miss Siti Fatima.
Can I change it, sir, Miss?
Yes, please.
Okay. I beg your pardon because I couldn't open my camera
Yes,
because I
that's all
have a
right.
problem with my laptop.
That's all right, Mr.
Hey, thank you for giving me an opportunity to making a question. Actually, I'd like to know about the classic problem that happened in our country, as we know that Indonesia places English as foreign language and not a second language. This result lead us to face so many problems, especially for the student, especially in senior high school. Most of the students having low motivation to learn English as usual. Then after graduating from school, they need to face the TOEFL test as one of the requirement for entering the college student or the college. And then this condition, the student has a condition that their abilities or their skills still far from a good, maybe from far from good skill, yeah. It's still low achievement student and the others. And then what should we do to deal with this classic problem, especially if they want to understand the TOEFL, especially the TOEFL question that has what is it? HOTS question, and it is very classical problem for us in senior high school, especially in Indonesia, not Indonesia actually, in Tasikmalaya, of course. Thank you, sir.
And your question is addressed to Mr. Andri or Mr. Keith?
I think with Mr. Andri, yeah.
Mr. Andri, okay. Mr. Andri?
Sorry, Mr. Kate, sorry.
Mr. Keith, all right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
please,
sorry.
Mr. Keith.
What I would say, what I like to do is to explain to them the reason why we are learning English. Now, why are we learning a second language? And I also explain to them it's a fact which is often overseen that we native speakers also have to learn a second language. Everybody needs to learn a second language. Why specifically English? Well, we know the reasons ourselves. No need to repeat them here, but we explain to the students why we are learning English, the reasons why, and I think that when we explain to them that in later life, when they leave school, that they will need English to be able to study. No matter what we want to be, we at least need a core knowledge of the English language, I think, in more or less every field of employment. Yeah. So I let the students think about it. I ask them the question, why are we learning English? Write down your ideas in 1, 2, 3, put them together, and then come forward and make a presentation and tell us why you are learning English.
Okay. So you mean that we need to give them a motivation that English as future career, right?
That they need it for their future career. They need it if they want to study, if they want to go to university, they need English. And even if they don't study, they will need English at some point within their employment, later employment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So I could understand now. Thank you for your motivation and the others. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you so much for both participants, Mrs. Wiwin and Mr. Dida, for the questions, and huge appreciation to both our keynote speakers, Mr. Andri and Mr. Keith. And that would be the end of our session. As a final conclusion, the ultimate conclusion is that when teacher mastery has a meaning with content and knowledge, when you master the mechanics of reading and writing, also listening and speaking, you gain the authority to teach. When you model the struggle and growth of lifelong learner, you gain the confidence to lead. The goal isn't to be a perfect linguist, but to be a master facilitator who creates safe environment for students to environment with language. Okay, that would be it. My name is Rima and I'm signing off for this session. And I will yes, the time is yours, Miss Novi.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rima, for guiding this webinar today. And ladies and gentlemen, please give applause for all the speakers has the presentation. It's very grateful for today's. And ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the end of today's webinar session. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to the ELP team and all the speakers for the valuable knowledge and insight that have been shared today. And we also extend our deep appreciations to all the participants for your enthusiastic participation in this webinar, and hopefully the knowledge and experiences shared today will inspire us to continue improving our teaching practice, empower us as English teachers to confidently master and teach the 4 language skills. And finally, may what we have learned today bring benefits to our professional development and to our students. So everyone, thank you very much for your participation once more.
Mr. Novi?
Yes?
Mr. Novi, yep. So sorry for interrupting, but we have Miss
Fatima.
Mr. Katede here. Maybe he would like to give 1 or 2 speech.
Oh, I see.
Or 2 words,
okay,
yeah.
So welcome to the head of education branch of West Region 12 of West Java province. Good morning, Mr. Jaire Andrianto, SPD and MPD. Would you like to give the opening speech? Yes. This is
People siap.
Yes.
Good
Okay.
morning.
Please, welcome.
Siap, Ibu, siap.
Yeah. Iya, Bapak Zairi Andrianto SPDM MPD, kami persilakan untuk memberikan sepatah 2 kata untuk kami semua di sini. Mohon izin.
Sinyalnya apa, Bu? Silakan, Pak.
Silakan Bapak Zairi untuk memberikan 1-2 patah kata atau sebagai penutup webinar ini mungkin Pak. Dipersilakan waktunya Pak Zairi.
Baik, Ibu dan Bapak sekalian, mohon maaf ini tadi sinyalnya masih luplep ya. Terdengar suara saya, Ibu dan Bapak?
Ya, terdengar Bapak.
Ya. Baik, Ibu dan Bapak sekalian yang kami hormati, puji syukur mari kita panjatkan terhadap Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Kedengaran Ibu, Bapak?
Terdengar Bapak.
Area, alhamdulillah. Puji syukur kita panjatkan terhadap Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Alhamdulillah pada pagi hari ini kita dapat bersilaturahmi walaupun hanya secara virtual, tetapi mudah-mudahan tidak mengurangi makna dan manfaat, maksud dan tujuan dari kegiatan ini. Ibu dan Bapak sekalian yang kami hormati, yang pertama mohon maaf tidak bisa bergabung dari awal karena dalam waktu yang sama saya harus menghadiri salah satu satuan pendidikan yang melaksanakan kegiatan ekologi. Dan kegiatan tersebut harus dilaporkan ke panitia di tingkat Dinas Pendidikan Provinsi Jawa Barat. Sehingga saya bisa bergabung dengan Ibu dan Bapak sekalian pada saat sekarang. Yang selanjutnya, Ibu dan Bapak sekalian yang kami hormati, jarang sekali beberapa mata pelajaran, khususnya adalah MGMP, ini melaksanakan kegiatan pertemuan-pertemuan ilmiah seperti saat ini. Oleh karena itu, apresiasi kami atas nama Dinas Pendidikan Provinsi Jawa Barat melalui cabang dinas penyelenggaraan kegiatan pertemuan MGMP ini yang diprakarsai oleh mata pelajaran bahasa Inggris. Ibu dan Bapak sekalian yang kami hormati, walaupun memang secara geografi, secara jarak, Kabupaten Tasik ini adalah luar biasa jangkauannya. Bagi Ibu dan Bapak dari satuan pendidikan yang ada di katakanlah zonasi dengan ibu kota kabupaten dekat, itu tidak menjadi permasalahan. Barangkali kalau Ibu dan Bapak di satuan pendidikan yang secara zonasi, secara jarak itu jauh dari ibu kota kabupaten, ini menjadi permasalahan. Ditambah dengan 2026 pemerintah, baik pemerintah pusat maupun pemerintah daerah, ini mengalami efisiensi. Sehingga kegiatan-kegiatan yang sifatnya pertemuan ilmiah secara tatap muka, secara langsung itu menjadi terkendala. Tapi sekali lagi, kami atas nama Dinas Pendidikan Provinsi melalui cabang dinas apresiasi kepada Ibu Bapak, pengurus MGMP, anggota MGMP, guru mata pelajaran bahasa Inggris yang hari ini melaksanakan atau menyelenggarakan pertemuan. Ibu dan Bapak sekalian yang kami hormati, pertemuan tidak harus kita laksanakan secara tatap muka, secara langsung, secara luring. Namun pertemuan MGMP ini pun juga bisa kita laksanakan secara daring seperti pada saat sekarang. Dan insya Allah itu tidak akan mengurangi makna, maksud dan tujuan dari pertemuan yang kita laksanakan. Sehingga dengan dilaksanakannya pertemuan baik secara daring atau secara luring, kegiatan di MGMP, bahasa Inggris khususnya, MGMP, mata pelajaran yang lain pada umumnya, itu bisa dikatakan hidup atau bisa dikatakan eksis. Ini adalah apresiasi sekali. Ini adalah yang diharapkan oleh kami yang ada di Dinas Pendidikan Provinsi Jawa Barat maupun di cabang dinas. Walaupun efisiensi, tetapi kita dapat melaksanakan kegiatan-kegiatan yang sifatnya adalah pertemuan ilmiah. Selanjutnya, Ibu dan Bapak yang kami hormati, kita untuk
Ya, mungkin dikarenakan sinyal mungkin ya Bapak Ibu. How Miss Siti?
ya, ya. Ada sinyalnya tadi hilang Ibu. Ini saya sedang di jalan dari
Iya Bapak.
ya, mohon.
Mangga,
Jadi
mangga Bapak.
kembali Ibu Bapak. Jadi Ibu dan Bapak, ketika kita berorganisasi, organisasi yang terkecil adalah seperti tadi saya sampaikan MGMP, Musyawarah Guru Mata Pelajaran. Kenapa kita support, kita dukung, dan harus kita semangatkan bahwa kegiatan MGMP itu harus ada, karena Ibu dan Bapak secara jenjang organisasi, secara tingkatan organisasi khususnya di bidang pendidikan, setelah MGMP ada beberapa kepengurusan organisasi yang lain, misalnya di MKKS, Musyawarah Kerja Kepala Sekolah, atau MKPS, Musyawarah Kerja Pak. Dari beberapa rangkaian jenjang karir ini diawali dari organisasi yang terkecil adalah kepengurusan MGM. Suatu saat kami, apakah itu Ibu Kepala Satuan Pendidikan, apakah itu Ibu dan Bapak pengawas satuan pendidikan, suatu saat nanti akan mengalami penyelesaian, akan mengalami pensiun, akan mengalami purna bakti, sehingga tunas-tunas generasi penerus adalah Ibu dan Bapak. Oleh karenanya Ibu dan Bapak ketika bergabung dalam organisasi MGMP secara tidak langsung ini adalah Ibu dan Bapak meniti jenjang karir ke depannya. Apakah nantinya Ibu dan Bapak menggantikan kami sebagai kepala satuan pendidikan, apakah Ibu dan Bapak nanti menggantikan kami sebagai pengawas satuan pendidikan. Dan ini harus ada generasi, dan ini harus ada penerus secara berkesinambungan, sehingga semua sistem dalam organisasi itu selalu ada. Apakah kepengurusan MGMP, kepengurusan MKKS, kepengurusan MKKS. Nah, ini yang dinamakan dengan jenjang karir. Oleh karenanya, Ibu dan Bapak sekali lagi support, apresiasi atas prakarsa, atas inisiatif Ibu dan Bapak melaksanakan kegiatan ini. Yang selanjutnya, Ibu dan Bapak sekalian yang kami hormati, tahun 2000 seperti tadi saya sampaikan bahwa pemerintah ini adalah efisiensi. Tetapi Ibu dan Bapak dengan hadirnya efisiensi baik pemerintah pusat maupun pemerintah daerah tidak mengecilkan hati kita untuk tidak melaksanakan kegiatan MGMP. Pertama, bisa kita laksanakan secara daring, secara virtual melalui Zoom. Kedua, kita bisa menggandeng pihak ketiga untuk memberikan support, untuk memberikan dukungan penuh dalam bentuk apresiasi kegiatan-kegiatan sebagai penyandang dari penyelesaian, penyandang dari kegiatan-kegiatan yang kita laksanakan. Dan insya Allah kemitraan dari pihak ketiga itu selagi memang kegiatannya positif itu akan menerima dan akan didukung. Beberapa kegiatan MGMP dari mata pelajaran yang lain, Ibu dan Bapak sudah pernah melaksanakan hal yang serupa, bermitra dengan pihak ketiga, sehingga ketika kita melaksanakan suatu kegiatan dari pihak ketiga itu memberikan dorongan penuh kepada kita. Mudah-mudahan ini juga bisa dilaksanakan oleh MGMP khususnya mata pelajaran bahasa Inggris. Nah, itu kira-kira Ibu dan Bapak yang bisa saya sampaikan. Sekali lagi apresiasi kepada Ibu dan Bapak dari MGMP mata pelajaran bahasa Inggris yang hari ini telah melaksanakan pertemuan secara luring, secara daring. Kemudian tetap semangat melaksanakan pertemuan, bisa kita laksanakan secara tatap muka kalau memang sepanjang waktu memungkinkan, suasana memungkinkan. Yang ketiga, tetap semangat dan insya Allah ini adalah menjadi awal yang baik bagi ibu dan bapak sekalian untuk meniti jenjang karir. Selamat dan sukses buat ibu dan bapak sekalian, selamat dan sukses buat mata pelajaran bahasa Inggris, selamat dan sukses kepada ibu dan bapak di satuan pendidikan di mana ibu dan bapak bertugas. Demikian yang disampaikan, mohon maaf apabila ada hal-hal yang tidak berkenan. Hatur nuhun, terima kasih. Sekian, bila taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak mohon izin untuk tetap stay di sini. Tadi seharusnya dibuka oleh Bapak, barangkali Bapak berkenan untuk menutup dengan secara resmi acara webinar bersama ILP.
Baik Ibu dan Bapak sekalian yang kami hormati, mari kita sama-sama membaca bacaan hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Kegiatan webinar yang diikuti oleh seluruh anggota pengurus guru mata pelajaran bahasa Inggris di SMA baik negeri maupun swasta di Kabupaten Tasikmalaya secara resmi ditutup.
Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Terima kasih banyak Bapak atas sambutannya. Oh, saya terlempar. Terima kasih atas sambutannya.
Sami Bu, sami-sami, hatur nuhun. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mister. Very welcome. Be careful dan mudah-mudahan Bapak diberikan kesehatan selalu, dilancarkan dalam perjalanannya, baik itu kedinasan maupun dalam pribadi. Terima kasih Bapak, sehat selalu.
Amin, amin ya robbal alamin. Ibu dan Bapak, izin lab ya. Izin lab ini sinyalnya kurang bersahabat, sinyalnya. Kurang bersahabat, sedang di gunung Ibu Bapak.
Siap, mangga Bapak.
Iya, mangga, hatur nuhun, salam sehat semuanya, salam sukses semuanya.
Ya, Bapak. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's all our webinar today. So that's closed by the head Master of Branch Region 12 West Java Province. And finally, what we have learned today bring benefit to our professional development and to our students. And have a wonderful day and see you in our next program. I give you a pantun, Burung Irian, Burung Cendrawasih. Sekian dan terima kasih. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ya, thanks a lot Bu semuanya.
Atur nuhun semua.